All of you ready? Maybe just give me a thumbs up.
No audio. Can you give us a mic check real quick?
Absolutely. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody good with the audio? Perfect.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Anybody just give me a thumbs up that we're ready to go? Just up there. Oop, oop. All right, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, senor, we good? Good. Good morning, everyone. I'm Cody Fulweiler, Lieutenant in the LVMPD Traffic Bureau. We are here today seeking the community's assistance in obtaining additional information to locate the individual responsible for the death of Margaret Brown. Before I begin, I want to thank all of you for joining us and bringing attention to such a tragic event. I would also like to take the time to thank Margaret's family for joining us today during such a difficult time for them. On June 13th, 2025, at approximately 9:57 p.m., LVMPD officers responded to a fatal collision in the intersection that you see behind me of Desert Inn Road and Grand Canyon Drive. This is where Margaret Brown, or as her family knew her, Peggy, tragically lost her life as she was struck by a vehicle while walking in a crosswalk. Through our investigation, we obtained surveillance footage of the suspect vehicle fleeing the scene after the collision. We believe the suspect was driving a 2016 to 2019 dark in color Nissan Sentra. Our investigators have spent the last 26 days exhausting every lead to identify the person responsible for this tragedy. Today, we turn to our community, seeking any information that could lead us to the person responsible for Peggy's death. This information can be shared with LVMPD's Fatal Detail at 702-828-3595 or anonymously through Crime Stoppers of Nevada at 702-385-5555. Lastly, I'd like to add that my team and I have been in continual contact with Peggy's family, where we have learned how loving and selfless she was as the profound love of animals that she had. This collision not only took Peggy's life, but left the lives of her loved ones forever incomplete. I would now like to introduce Mr. Joe W. Brown and family and friends, Tina and Greg, to speak. Joe?
Hello, I'm Joe Brown. I've been a resident of Las Vegas for 57 years. My sister, Peggy, grew up in South Florida in the Fort Lauderdale area. And when our older sister died of COVID, I decided that I wanted to watch out for Peg. And so I talked her into moving to Las Vegas just in January of this year. Little did I know what might befall her, but Peg lived right up the street on Desert Inn and town center, and she was very close to my sons and their children who are here with me today. They loved her as much as I did. We wanted her close where we could watch out for her and prevent anything like this happening. It's very, very sad. Peg was as sweet as anyone that ever lived. She loved people. She never married, but she loved people, and she loved animals of any kind. She used to walk down to the Gardens Park every day just so that she could see animals and pet dogs and cats or whatever animal was in there. And she'll be missed tremendously by not only me, but by anybody who knew her. Everyone, I had so many people for only having lived here 5 months. She had so many friends who will all miss her like we will. Thank you. Tina?
My name is Tina Brown. I am married to Peg's nephew, Jeff Brown. We adored Peg. She was so special to us. She loved her family, she loved dogs, and she never missed anybody's birthday. She sent everybody a birthday card. We will miss that, and we are devastated that somebody hurt her and left her in the road and didn't help her. Greg?
Good morning. My name is Greg Anovsky, a family friend of the Brown family. And I'm here to ask all the citizens for help. Please help Metro find the hit-and-run driver who killed an 81-year-old sweet Peggy Brown crossing Desert Inn. Her death has caused great grief and pain to the family and friends. If anyone has witnessed this hit-and-run, please step up, call Metro, and help them solve this crime. I have a message to the hit-and-run driver. Turn yourself in. The longer this case is open, the worse it is going to get for you and your family. Eventually, they will find you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. If I can say something.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to conclude this program without thanking Metro. Metro has done a magnificent job. They've worked very hard. They've turned every stone, and we are convinced that this culprit will be caught by the hard work of Metro. Thank you.
You're more than welcome to stay up or stand in the shade, and I'll call you back up. Okay? You want to stay in the shade? Stand in the shade and I'll call you back up. Okay? Lastly, I wanted to share something personal. LVMPD places an enormous effort educating the community as to how they can do their part to reduce collisions within the valley. It is no secret that a major factor in traffic fatalities is pedestrian error. However, Peggy did everything right that night. She walked in a marked crosswalk at the appropriate time, but somehow lost her life at the hands of a driver who cowardly fled the scene. Making a difference and reducing fatalities is and always will be our priority. But now I ask you, our community, to please help us find the person responsible for Peggy's death so this person cannot harm anyone else in our community. Thank you all. If the family would like to come up, please. I'd like to open up to any questions, either for myself or the family. We'll take a few questions. Yes, sir.
One of the questions I had, Joshua Figueroa with Chevrolet, can you just visualize a bit? I've seen the surveillance video y'all shared of the car fleeing, but can you help visualize from where was the car into this intersection, and where do you believe the car went
Yes, sir. The question for everybody, because I know it is loud, is there's surveillance video out there and explaining exactly how, in relation to this intersection, that occurred. So the vehicle that I described, the 2016 to 2019 darker in color Nissan Sentra, was traveling westbound on Desert Inn and making a southbound or a leftbound, or excuse me, a left turn to go southbound. Peggy was in the marked crosswalk that you see behind us and then was struck. That vehicle continued, and in that surveillance video, you see that vehicle continuing southbound on Grand Canyon. The question is, do we suspect that the driver is impaired? At this time, the investigation is ongoing. We do not know that, but there is always that possibility.
Casey Harrison, Review Journal. Can you detail some of the investigative processes that were used that obviously ended up being exhausted in investigating this case?
So the question is, can I explain the investigative processes that have been utilized in this case? I'm not going to go into detail to all the investigative processes and the programs and that, but our fatal team it's used extensive resources, as well as other sections within Metro, as well as other agencies to assist us with finding out who this suspect is that was the driver in this tragic incident. There are many things, such as the Fusion Watch and video, as well as folks in our community that have surveillance video. And that's why we're here asking the community that if they saw something that didn't capture on that video, to come forward and give us that information.
What other agencies have assisted with this?
The other agencies are mostly within our department. So it's other agencies. It's just our department, our sections, other sections. So I apologize. It's not necessarily the other agencies.
Do you think if we had like traffic cameras at intersections like these, it would be easier to solve these kind of cases?
The question was, if there's cameras at every intersection, would it be easier to solve this? Cameras will always assist us as far as getting cameras at every intersection. That's a process of money and funding and through legislation. But the good thing is there are cameras that citizens have at homes and businesses. And so that's why we're here asking, if you happen to have that surveillance video that we haven't found in our extensive search, please come forward and provide that video for us. I'll take one more question.
There are cameras here. Is that part of the footage that has been reviewed? And also, what is the next step as far as, if you've already looked at all the video that's come in, what's the next step being taken to try to find this person?
The question is, there are cameras here at this intersection, and then what are the next steps in this investigation? The cameras that are at intersections are not recorded. They're just live feed. But there are cameras within these communities and businesses that we are reviewing. And those are the next steps in the process, and why we're here asking the community to give us that information. So I want to thank all of you for coming out, and especially the family that's behind me. And with that, we'll go ahead and conclude this press conference. Thank you so much. Sir. Sorry, was that? For sure. I think, will Carlos help you out? Yeah. Sir, don't forget.